Hi, my name is Risto. Hi, my name is Risto. A year ago, I barely knew what an Arduino is. Me. Hi, my name is Risto. A year ago, I barely knew what an Arduino is, let alone how it works. I had played around with the Raspberry Pi's GPIO pins once or twice. I've made a simple traffic light, but I knew nothing about what I was doing. So, it was a year ago, YouTube recommended me a video by Zach Friedman about how to make a video editing deck, who since then renamed his video to How to Finish Your Weekend Projects in One Weekend. Zach, I still remember. That video really inspired me because since I was a kid I wanted to play with electronics, though I believed all those components and tools were very far from my reach, and I thought I couldn't find them in my country. Thanks to AliExpress, I now knew that I could get anything in the world, so I decided to try it. So, I did tons of research about how buttons work, I revised about resistors, LEDs, I learned how an Arduino works and how to write code about it. Being a programmer really helped out. Then, I set on a goal to just make a simple macro keyboard. Today, we will build a simple macro keyboard together. That's right, you and me, together! The first step to begin this project is to gather all the components. Of course, we don't need to know what we want to build first. Just impulsively buy components from AliExpress and wait for them to arrive. We're gonna need some mechanical switches. Cherry MX style Woo switches are my preferred choice. Next, let's get some keycaps. Get a bunch of these, so you have spares for your next projects. Let's add an encoder to make things more interesting. We're also gonna need a cap for the encoder. Oh, and most importantly, the Arduino Pro Micro, my favorite microcontroller so far. Just complete the order and wait for the parts to arrive. While we wait, let's design an enclosure. All great designs start on a piece of paper. Toilet paper. While sitting on the toilet. Just don't forget to let your leg loose. Alright, we have a box! Let's bring it to Fusion 360. I'm not gonna bore you with the details of how design goes, so let's just see how the enclosure turned out. Well, I hope it prints well on the first try. I hope it prints well on the second try. Not too bad at all. Shoot, I miscalculated the opening for the micro USB port. I guess it's my fault that I didn't show you how to design, so I guess I messed this all up. Let's try that again. The first step when designing in Fusion 360 with little or no experience is, of course, to cheat. I watched a great tutorial on how to make a snap fit case, so I saved it as a template. Here's the template box and lid. We need 8 holes that are 14 by 14 mm for the switches and a 9 mm hole for the encoder. Now let's bring the model to the slicer and get it ready for printing. Professional designers, leave your comments below and tell me about all the mistakes that I made. I promise to say thank you. Also, my channel statistics say that none of you are subscribed yet, so be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. And I promise you, you're in for a ride. Alright. Right, the enclosure's not so bad. I guess third time's the charm. And the components have arrived. I'm so excited. They included a one-piece spacebar for free, and I think that's awesome. Let's put on the Cherry MX switches and see how it looks. Excellent! And there we have it! Our own custom macro keyboard. Thank you for watching. But Itzko, you haven't connected the switches to the Arduino and you haven't written the code for it to work. I'm just teasing you guys. Let's solder everything together. This is honestly both my most pleasing and most irritating part at the same time. I love doing it, but I'm so impatient to see it done. Holy smokes, I soldered the Arduino on backwards. Now the lid won't fit. I think I should start this over. Now that that's done, let's go ahead and write the code. A semicolon here, an if there, and a for cycle, and we're ready to push the code to the Arduino. Let's hear it talk. Right, so we have our macro keyboard ready. But what can we do with it? I've programmed mine to work as a shortcut controller for Photoshop. I have programmed the buttons to function as undo, redo, select tool, brush tool, rectangle tool, paint bucket tool, healing brush tool, and eraser tool. And the encoder has two modes. Pressing the encoder toggles between the two modes. The first one changes the size of the brush or the tools we are using, and the second mode zooms the document in and out. Now is the time to do a real life test. I'm gonna use this macro keyboard to create this video's thumbnail. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so I have the controller set up here and I have an image that I'm gonna use as my video's thumbnail. So what I want to do is maybe zoom in a little bit in the picture, and I want to take the paint brush tool and maybe select like a reddish color, and then I want to create like a little, or maybe get that a bit smaller, maybe bigger, like so. And I want to create a kind of an outline on my body, on my face, on my hands, and around the controller. I made a mistake here, so I'm just gonna use the shortcut for the undo action, like so, and I'm gonna start again. Actually, I'm not going to highlight this hand because I want to put some text there. And I guess I'm done basically with this tool, except for the zoom in and zoom out features of it. So I want to get some text here and type in something funky like I think that's a nice headline. Just up the size a little bit, and we're done with the thumbnail and the whole project. So that's basically the whole project from start to finish. I tried to keep this video as less technical as I could, but if you like me to get more technical, let me know in the comments. By the way, you can find links to all the parts, the code and the STL files in the description. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.